What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni. A couple of hours, I ain't gonna lie to you, after Chelsea have demolished Newcastle at Reece James's Park. St. Tuchel's Park. St. James's Park. 3-0. That ground where everybody thought, you know what, we haven't had the best of luck in the past 10 years, including myself, although I did predict a 3-0 victory. How about that? We did get the 3-0 victory and we did get the 3 points. The same can't be said for Liverpool and Man City. Yes, Chelsea Football Club are clear 3 points at the top. You get me? I know it's still early in the season. We're not even at Christmas yet and all that stuff. Yeah, but it's still a good sign. You get me? We're not dropping points. We're not conceding goals. Another clean sheet. But obviously, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts down there in the comments, all of that good stuff. Maybe you can remind me what the Newcastle ground is called, because I gave 3 different answers there and I'm not quite sure which one's the right one. So please let me know down there in the comments. But yes, we're going to get into the game. You get me? Let's get into the game. We're going to start off with the lineups. Do you know what? Although I'm sourced, I'm going to try and get the lineup right on first memory. So if I get it wrong, I'm going to hold the L. But Mendy in goal. The wing backs were Reece James and Chilwell. The centre back trio of Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Christensen. The best in the world. I can't really get that wrong, you get me. The midfield pivot, Kante and Jorginho. And then the front three, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. If I got that right on first goal, let me know down there in the comments. In fact, you know what? Just smash the like button if I got that right. Guni got that right. Listen, I haven't had a drink for a long time, you get me? And this time round, I had quite a few with my good friend from the New York Foxes, Jason, you get me? Like I ain't gonna lie, man's a lightweight. In fact, I'm gonna say 4 pints and I'm like this already, so is what is. But it's a good day, innit? You get me? Like Guni ain't got no shame, bruv. You get me? Man, are shameless out here. Like it is what it is. Man ain't a drinker, man can smoke though, but like I'm not really a drinker like that, so I can't really complain. But we're gonna get into today's game. I do think I got the lineup right, so big up myself in this saucy mode for getting that right. But yes, 3-0, emphatic victory from Chelsea Football Club, but a game of 2 halves, you get me? The first half was just stale, you get me? Although, I will say this, Chelsea were dominant, like throughout the whole first half, but Newcastle were coping, they were defending well. They didn't look like they were too troubled, they looked like they could handle what Chelsea could bring. Hakim Ziyech, I'm just going to get straight to it, I'm not even going to sugarcoat nothing. Although today was a much better performance from him than what we saw from before, I still don't think it's good enough. Yes, he was able to score, but he weren't offside. He was still misplacing passes. His touch weren't still really there, bruv. It's not good enough for me from Hakim Ziyech. I ain't going to lie to you. So, in terms of him coming off, I don't think it was the wrong idea. But the first half was still, we was throwing, you get me, like with what we had on the pitch at that time, we was going forward. We was actually, you get me, we controlled most of the possession. Newcastle were comfortable though, because like a team can have possession and look threatening, and then a team can have possession and a team are like, and then the opposition team are like, you know what? Hold the ball, we're not even too bothered. Newcastle were that in the first half, but the second half came, but in particular when the 2 substitutions happened, one of them being Hakim Ziyech. I was glad to see the back of him, I ain't gonna lie to you, because listen, well, I've already said my piece, so I'm not really going to ramble on too much about Hakim Ziyech, but you know how I feel about him. But my patience for him is just going, you get me? Like, he ain't really like impressed me too much. But like I said today, he had a better game. He had the goal disallowed from offside, but flipping out, learned the offside rule and all that, and all the other things that I did mention. But Ross Barkley, Loftus-Cheek came on, and when they came on, it was a completely different game. Completely different game. And I did want to see Loftus-Cheek start the game today. I'm not going to lie. If some of you saw the preview, you will see that I did want Loftus-Cheek in the lineup, as well as I did predict the 3-0, and I did get a text message. Maybe I should put my phone on silent. That would be a bit more professional, wouldn't it, Guni? But you get me, it is what it is. I wanted to see Loftus-Cheek start the lineup, but he didn't. He came on in the second half, as did Ross Barkley. And when the 2 of them came on, the game was completely different. And let me go through the first goal with the best Listen, Guni's got his agendas, but you're gonna listen. A lot of you are gonna agree. I called them early, and later on down the line, you're gonna agree with the best right wing back in the Premier League. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I know Trent Alexander-Arnold is a player, but in terms of when I look at Reece James and Trent for the all-round skills for that position, in that right wing back position, going forward, Trent is better than Reece James, but not that much. In terms of defending, it's night and day. Reece James is a lot better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. And in terms of takers and putting the ball in the back of the net, Reece James, yeah, definitely up there. Because, listen, both of his finishes were pretty much the same, but, I mean, you got to admire the technique. The first one, absolute rocket. Second one, absolute rocket. You get me? Big up Reece James, man. Finding that time. Listen, timing his runs perfectly, getting in behind perfectly. Although, like in the first goal, he was given that much time. And anybody who's watched Reece James will be able to say, like, yo, this brother is techie. He is a baller. You can't give him that much time in front of goal. But Liverpool decided to do that and were punished. Not once, but twice by the best right wing back in the Premier League. I'm not trying to hear nothing. You get me? I ain't trying to hear nothing. A lot of people were saying, oh, Guni, you're overconfident. You're overconfident. Not enough goals FC. Not enough goals FC. What gives you the right to think that you're going to outdo Man City this season? Did you see the points gap that they had from you last season? Well, points gap my ass right now. Points gap my balls right now. Are you seeing the points gap between Man City and Chelsea, yeah? I know this is a Chelsea match preview, but I've got to throw this one in. Did you not see the other results? Yeah? Liverpool, yeah, they're the team to beat. They've got the mighty Van Dijk in the back. All of that stuff, yeah? You see Van Dijk today? Yeah? You see Van Dijk today? Maupay took him for a dickhead in them man there, yeah? That's Brighton. There's levels to this. Did anyone take Rudiger for a dickhead? Huh? No, exactly. The only goal that we've conceded, yeah, from Man... let me take that back. The only match that we lost was against Man City, and it was from a deflected goal. How about that? Oh, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, yes, Van Dijk. When Van Dijk comes back, Liverpool are going to be a different game. Mo Salah. Although he is the best player in the world at the minute, I ain't going to lie to you. The form that he's on is impeccable. But yes, Mo Salah. Mane and Firmino's back with his form. Unfortunately not. You get me? What was the score? 2-2 against Brighton? Never could beat Chelsea. I hope that don't come back to bite me in the arse. What about Man City? Oh, Pep Guardiola. The man's a genius. He's got this many goals without a striker. What happened to Crystal Palace, blood? And this one I could talk shit. Yeah, because when Palace came to Chelsea, what was the score? Better than 3-0. Clean sheet, bruv. Man City, what are you saying? You didn't even get a goal against them, bruv. At home. What are you talking about, yeah? And now, and to make it even worse, man like Conor Gallagher, yeah? Like Cobham, to put Man City at their misery and for them to get nil points, 0 points. And yes, Chelsea are 3 points clear. Listen, I had to get that out of the way. It's been, look, yeah? For what I've been through, in particular Troops and Czar, for what I've been through, I deserve to talk shit. You get me? Coming up to Christmas and Chelsea are looking comfortable. We don't look like we're going to drop any more points. You get me? Leicester bring them on. Arsenal just slap them. Chelsea, we can do the same thing. Man United, we can slap them as well, bruv. It's not long. Yeah? Any team that come in front of Chelsea Football Club right now, 3 points. And I'm going to say this as well, yeah? Although we lost 1-0 to Man City, if you put them in front of us tomorrow, we're getting 3 points. That was a bad day in the office. And that's what I'm talking about with this manager. The best manager in club football right now. And I'm not trying to hear nothing. I don't care about Pep CV. I don't care about Klopp CV. Right now, it's Thomas Tuchel. Mr. TT, and get used to it, bruv. You get me? But, yeah, man. Listen, second half, Reece James, obviously, with the 2 goals. Fantastic finish. Pretty much photo finishes of their own. And then the man that I wanted to score so badly, but I was in conflict because, listen, yeah, although Kai Havertz won the penalty, I did want Reece James to get his hat-trick because, you know, to just round off the day. And I think it would be like, oi, bruv, listen, Reece James getting that hat-trick would have just been fantastic. He is my favourite academy player. What a baller Reece James is. I would have loved for him to take the penalty, but Kai Havertz, He gets in between the lines. I can't remember who played in the through ball. Like I said, I'm a little bit sauced. I've had a bit much alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So I can't remember who played in the ball, but I just know Reece James fucking hell, bruv. Kai Havertz 1-on-1 with the keeper. Rounds the keeper. Keeper has to bring him down. Otherwise, this will go from Kai Havertz. Unfortunately, Kai cannot take the penalty, but I'm going to forgive him because I know if he would have taken it, it definitely still would have been 3-0. But Kai did enough to win the penalty. Jorginho steps up. Is there any ever doubt? 3-0. As Guni predicted, I'm back again. As Guni predicted, right here on Man Knows Football. That's 2 games in a row Guni's got right. You get me? Yes, I'm going to take this time to gloat and say, I told you so. Why? Because man is shameless out here. You get me? 3-0. Like, standout performances for me in this game. Honestly, I would say, well, particularly in the first half, I would say everything aside from our front three, I think was a little flat. Kai Havertz was average. But do you know what I'm going to say about Kai Havertz? Actually, let me not chat shit. Let me take that back. Kai Havertz, I think he did well, but the only thing is that I think he suffered from was the lack of awareness from his teammates. And let me explain why. Because every time Kai Havertz made space in that number 9 position, nobody had the presence of mind to take in that space. And if somebody did, I think we could have been 2 or 3-0 up by half time, but we had nobody there. But am I going to be too harsh on the lads? Am I going to be too harsh on the manager? No, not really. Because why? Timo Werner's out, who I would be criticising for not picking up that position. And our star centre-forward, Romelu Lukaku, was not available today. So with what we had, and to get a 3-0 victory, again with no actual striker, that is a feat in itself. Away at St. James's Park, where usually in the past we have not picked up points. So it is a good sign. But yeah, no, Kai Havertz, he was making the space for runners to take, but nobody was taking that space. I thought he was a lot more positive today than he was in his last game. And I think that if he does build from this, but is a little bit more clinical in front of goal, I'm not going to be super harsh on Kai Havertz because that is not his natural position. But I think if he does improve in front of goal, we are going to start to see the goals flowing up until Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner get back where they can take their natural positions and start shooting Chelsea towards the Premier League, hopefully. So far, so good with the job. I'm not really complaining, you get me? But like standout plays today, obviously I've got to go with the win backs, in particular Reece James, 2 world-class finishes. And aside from that, just the timing of his runs. Although I will say, for Reece James' standard, his balls in the box weren't really that good, and he did suffer from the lack of number 9 in the middle. But I'm going to say Reece James had a very good performance. Our midfield was solid. Although N'Golo Kante did start the game, I didn't really see the need for him to, like, as the game went on, I was like, really, this isn't really a game for N'Golo Kante. We need to bring in Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It was quite evident, but luckily enough, we've got a manager who is world-class and was able to pick up on that, and he did that. Callum Hudson-Odoi in his favoured left-wing position, I thought he did decent. Was one of the better players in the first half as well. Second half as well, I think he was good. Second start for Callum Hudson-Odoi in the left-wing position, and he has improved again. Surely Tuchel should be happy with what he is seeing. Obviously, the substitutions. Loftus-Cheek came on, and again, he didn't disappoint. Gave us exactly what I thought he would. Me saying exactly what he did is just going to be a repeat of what I've said previously. Before, we all know what his skill set is. Press resisting, getting the ball forward, just the confidence. And the defensive side of it, he was very good as well. Very strong on the ball. It's very difficult to get Loftus-Cheek off the ball. When you've got him like that, playing in that confidence, you can just see why Tuchel kept his confidence in him, man. Honestly. Jorginho as well, although a couple of his passes didn't really go as planned, I still think he had a fantastic game. He did control that game from that midfield. That pass from Hakim Ziyech that was disallowed, the disallowed goal was A1, but unfortunately Ziyech didn't have the presence of mind to be able to time his run and stay on side. But yeah, big up Jorginho. Our back 5, I mean, I already spoke about the wing backs. Chilwell had a decent day as well. I said that back 3 again, another clean sheet. Like, I'm not even going to talk about Mendy, the best goalkeeper in the world today, because he didn't have much to do, because our defence was on job. And I'm going to shout out this guy, as I keep doing every single week. Rudiger, what a performance, both defensively and going forward. This guy defensively was just stellar. Going forward, he was trying to make things happen. He was like He's everything rolled into one. Defender, playmaker. He's even trying to get goals. And I really want Rudiger to get a goal. I'd love for him to get a goal. He deserves it. Rudiger, what a performance from you. What a performance from Thomas Tuchel. What a performance from the boys all round at St. Tuchel's Park. I mean St. James's Park. I mean Reece James's Park. Whatever it is, please remind me what the name of this ground is down there in the comments. But a 3-0 victory. We are 3 points clear at the top of the table. Yes, Liverpool did draw to Brighton and Man City suffered a loss against Crystal Palace, with one of the La Cobham boys getting on the score sheet and ensuring a victory for Crystal Palace. So big up Palace and Patrick Vieira. Chelsea top of the league. Keep the blue flag flying fucking high. I got my prediction right again. I did say 3-0 Chelsea. The result was 3-0 Chelsea. So, in the great words of Ice Cube, today was a good day. Make sure, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you stay safe and you are blessed. Love you all. Thank you very much for the support. And keep on sharing, keep on subscribing, all of that good stuff. And leave your thoughts down there in the comments. And until next time, bless.